Hello, this is video 1C and it's skills review part 3 for college algebra. This video is going to be talking about polynomial expressions and simplifying those, simplifying rational expressions. We'll be factoring a little bit, so it just kind of covers over all things polynomials. First, we're going to look at just simple subtraction of two polynomials. The big thing here is with your adding, you just go ahead and combine like terms. When you are subtracting, you got to make sure you distribute that negative sign. Okay, so this becomes negative 2x squared and a positive 2x. All right, so then when we simplify, we've got 4x squared plus 9x and then minus 1. All right, so that's our final answer for that. When we have a binomial that is squared, remember that just means you need to write it out twice and then do your double distribution. Okay, double distribution, remember we've got those arrows, we're going to distribute everything to everything. All right, so with this we've got w squared plus 2w plus 2w plus 4. So we can simplify even more. So our final answer is w squared plus 4w plus 4. Okay, now kind of the opposite of multiplying, we're going to be factoring. Okay, so if you guys remember our x method, remember you're going to multiply here to 5, add to negative 6, because this is just a 1x. We're going to put an x here on both sides. So I got to think of a pair. What multiplies to positive 5 adds to negative 6? Well, that would be negative 1 and negative 5. I can't reduce either of these anymore, so that's my answer. X minus 1 and x minus 5. Okay, some of you guys might be able to do this in your head by now. Multiply to 9, add to negative 6. We would have x minus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, if you need to draw that x out onto the side for your multiply to 9, add to negative 6, absolutely, that'll help you. Okay, another way that we can write this to simplify even more would just be x minus 3 squared. Okay, but both of these answers will be acceptable. Sometimes if you're doing online homework, they might make you write it as just x minus 3 squared. All right, simplifying, we've got polynomials and fractions, all right? So we're going to be factoring both the top and bottom. Don't try to do anything yet because we can't, but make sure that you factor and then we'll reduce, okay? So this first one, multiply to 5, add to 4. Okay, so I'm thinking what would multiply to 5 and add to 4? That'd be 1 and that'd be negative 1 and positive 5. All right, on the bottom, multiply to 15, add to 8. Sometimes if you can kind of do it in your head, you might just want to put a multiply and an add so you know what's going on. All right, so here, let's see, multiply to 15, add to 8, that would be x plus 5 and x plus 3. Okay, now here to simplify, I've got the same factor that's on the top and bottom, so I can cancel that out. And my final simplified answer would just be x minus 1 over x plus 3. All right, we've got two more examples here. When we are dividing, it is super important to make sure that you flip that second fraction. Remember, keep, change, flip. All right, so let's go ahead and we can rewrite this. change to multiplication and flip your second fraction. All right, so we multiply straight across. X minus 1 times x minus 1 would be x minus 1 squared. And on the top, we'd have our 5 times 25. Okay, that would be 125. All right, so we'd have 125 times x minus 2. All right, and here there's nothing for us to simplify, so this is actually our final answer. All right, moving on to our last example. When you add and subtract, when you've got fractions, you have got to make sure that you have common denominators, okay? So I can rewrite this denominator as 2 times x plus 2, and if I see that, it's going to be a little bit easier to make my second fraction look the same, okay? I just need to add and multiply by 2. So if I add that times 2 over here, I'm going to multiply by 2 on the top. Okay, and we'll go ahead and rewrite this. All right, and so now I've got my common denominators, and I can go ahead and subtract. My denominator is going to stay the same. And in my numerator, I have 3 minus 2x. I can't combine any like terms, so it's just 3 minus 2x. All right, so that is just our very brief overview over polynomials and rational functions, and just simplifying those expressions.